He relishes his own deceitful ways. And most recently, he attempted to destroy Shawn Atkinson's career by posing as his brother, faking a kidney injury, and convincing Shawn to be his donor. Fortunately, Atkinson realized all this before it was too late.
D'Amato, you son of a bitch. First you fooled me about being my brother, then you tried to kill me. You thought I was crazy? Well, I'm gonna go psycho on your ass. Oh, damn it!
So I tried to put Atkinson out of commission. Big deal. I had to hang out with him. I had to be nice to him. I'm the one who really suffered.
Now the captain of chaos is reunited with his squadron of scoundrels, the Enforcers. And the dice are staring straight into the eyes of hell.
Shay claims to be a hunter, but now she's in my territory. It's funny how fast the predator becomes the prey.
Hellcat, my rain stick's got your face written all over it.
Another burning issue is the controversy surrounding the recent companionship between the Dice's Jason McDaniel and Lisa Seltzer.
I've been hearing some rumors that there's something going on between me and Lisa Seltzer. Scratch that. There's nothing going on there. Strictly professional.
But he didn't get the nickname Mac Daddy for nothing. The Enforcers are fired up for the Dice. Next on Roller Jam. To Roller Jam in the World Skating League. Tonight, it's the New York Enforcers and the Nevada Hot Dice. Happy to have you with us, everybody. Rory Marcus along with Mark Lloyd tonight. A good matchup. Now the Enforcers trying to shake off the effects of Mark D'Amato's ill-fated attempt to end Shawn Atkinson's career with that whole kidney fiasco. But we're also wondering about Lisa Seltzer, the great-granddaughter of Leo Seltzer, who's been seen lately with Jason McDaniel, who'll be skating tonight.
Yeah, everybody's speculating on what's going on with her. Why is she at these games? What was she doing sitting with Jason McDaniel? I don't know. WSL fans don't know. And live tonight, sitting with her.
Well, she's here tonight, as you can see, and she kind of has a sour look on her face. I'm not sure why, but maybe it's because the game hasn't started yet. Now, as for the Enforcers, remember, last week, what an incredible sight it was to see Shawn Atkinson, fresh out of the operating room, run back onto the track and take care of Mark D'Amato, Tim Washington, and anybody else who got in his way.
You know what, though? That was a great thing to see Shawn Atkinson. What Mark D'Amato did to the Ack Attack gave D'Amato so many enemies out there. I mean, we were all just disgusted. You saw Broadway Danny. I mean, that guy was out of his mind over the whole situation. Everybody's disgusted with D'Amato, but we're all happy for Shawn.
Well, D'Amato's the type that is happy to have enemies, I think. Now, maybe Miss Seltzer's attitude will freshen up a little bit, because here come the Dice. Is first on the scene, Shea Brown. Who's she going to fight with tonight? That's the question. There are plenty of candidates on the Hot Dice women.
Yeah, no doubt about it, but Shea Brown, and she blew us a kiss. How about that, Roy? That's a first for us. At least a first for me.
Jenny Matthews, their top jammer and the top female jammer in the league.
And the chemistry between those two is unbelievable right now. That's why they're skating so well, because of those two ladies right there.
Well, every night when Matthews comes out, she has to go against another top jammer, whether it be Amy Craig or tonight Lindsey Francis. And here come the guys. Jason McDaniel, Mark Webber. McDaniel wearing that jammer's belt.
The best skater right now in the WSL, Jason McDaniel. But you know what I'm really curious about? What's he been talking to Mrs. Seltzer about over there?
Well, that's a good question. Sometime we'll find out. Maybe when they're ready to tell us. But anytime the founder's granddaughter is in the seats for several games in a row, you have to wonder about it. And here he comes. Devo.
What purpose does this guy serve in this league right now, Roy? Really?
Work release.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Boy, he looks mean.
You know what? I try not to make eye contact with him for fear of my life.
I told him you wanted to see him later on.
Well, I appreciate that.
Hopefully hopefully in private. All right, so the hot dice are on the track, and that means the enforcers are left. We'll see if D'Amato gets booed when they come out onto the track. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. And the way the enforcers have been playing, it's up and down. I'm wondering how the team is going to feel about Mark D'Amato.
Here comes Tim Washington, the big nasty. He never looked right in the Sundog uniform. I think he might as well just stay where he's at.
Yeah, I agree. He did look a little weird in that yellow outfit. And then you see it right there, Roy. There's the Hellcat. Let's see how many minutes she spends in the penalty cage tonight.
Let's see how long it takes for her and Shea Brown to get in.
Oh, yeah.
That won't take long at all. Maybe the first jam. I'm saying 1.5 is the over-under.
How about maybe the first 30 seconds of the first jam?
And the golden girl, Lindsey Francis. She smiles too pretty to be in there with D'Amato, don't you think?
I just about to say that, Roy. The way she looks, as pretty as she just doesn't look right in that enforcer uniform.
Here comes Dirty Dan Giovanni and the rest of the enforcer. Travis Wills, here's a great jam. And Mark D'Amato. Mark D'Amato, who owns this team now.
You know, you've heard of the player manager. Now we have the skater owner, Rory, and Mark D'Amato. A guy that, how can he sit there and look at the audience like that? I mean, really, what he pulled, disgusting.
He's immune to it. He salutes the crowd and expects them to cheer for him.
And you got some of the sick people out there that actually do that. Some of the WSL fans cheer this guy on.
We've been talking about Lisa Seltzer and what her presence might mean here at Roller Jam Arena over the last few games. Broadway Danny Wolf was able to catch up with her earlier today and ask her a few pertinent questions. Broadway?
All right, we're back here at the Roller Jam Training Center. Lisa Seltzer, thanks for stopping in. Of course, the Seltzer family created this great game of roller derby some 70 years ago. And I got to ask you, we've seen a lot of you around here lately watching the games in the arena. What's on your agenda, Lisa?
Well, Danny, it's not really an agenda, but rather a mission. And that mission is to save my family honor. You know, Roller Jam promised to bring back to the public what my grandfather had originally envisioned. And what I've seen here is nothing more than wrestling on wheels. It's very disappointing. And now would be as good a time as any to make the announcement to the public that I'm about to embark on a 200-city world tour to put together the best team in history. It's going to be pretty big. I mean, we're going to Madison Square Garden, we're going to the Budokan, we're going to the Staples Center. It's going to be really big.
Well, that's a huge announcement. Wow. Very big, bigger than I think anyone thought. Also, you've been spending a lot of time with Jason McDaniel lately, perhaps McDating him. Is the Hot Dice maybe the team you're hedging towards right now, bringing on the tour?
Well, Danny, when you want to put together the best team in history, you obviously want to start with the best players. And, of course, one of the best players, or in my opinion, the best player in the league, is Jason McDaniel. And what better person to talk to than Jason to find out the talent within the league? So he's been quite an asset.
Well, someone I look forward to talking to is Kenneth Logue and getting his reactions to the big announcement you just made. There's a big game also coming up in a few minutes. You'll be interested in watching these two teams, the Enforcers and the Hot Dice, coming right your way. Rory, back to you right now.
Wow, that is huge and not necessarily good news for the WSL. If she takes the top skaters, she could effectively cripple this league. I'm sure we'll find out more from Lisa later on. Right now, we want to tell you to stay tuned. We'll be back with the first period in just a minute. Back at Roller Jam Arena and just about ready for the women to take to the track and start this game in period number 1. Take a look at the key matchups right now. And Lindsey Francis of the New York Enforcers. Well, that's quite an ensemble, wouldn't you say? Incredible, but she's in a regulation uniform tonight. Sorry, guys, as she gets ready to skate for the Enforcers against one of her nemesis in this league, and that would be Shea Brown of the Nevada Hot Dice. Brown can be just as tough as you want her to be. She can score points, she can block, she fights when she has to, she can be sweet or she can be mean, she can tell you fancy, she can tell you plain. Either way, it's going to come out the same way. She helps the Dice win most of the time. Enforcers and Dice, what a game it's going to be. And now, down to Broadway Danny Wolf with Lindsey Francis.
All right, thank you. And Lindsay, you heard what Lisa Seltzer had to say about the big world tour. I'm sure that piqued the Golden Girls' interest.
Absolutely. Actually, this Lisa Seltzer woman must have a pretty good head on her shoulders, because right now, as we speak, she has submitted an outstanding world tour proposal. And personally, I could use some time in the south of France right now. Secondly, she stands to gain the hottest commodity in the league. We have the Golden Girl and the Enforcers. Come on. That's like the entire fan base of Roller Jam, period, right there. So I'm confident she'll make the right decision.
Well, we'll see about that. Let's say hi to all our fans in the south of France. Back to you, Rory.
All right, thanks a lot, Danny. And obviously, Lindsay Francis thinks quite a bit of her appeal, huh?
Yes, she does. But, you know, already, Rory, we're wondering about Lisa Seltzer's intentions here. They're not concentrating on the game right now. Lindsay Francis is trying to show off, it sounds like.
The Hellcat jumps out quickly on the jam. Then she puts the brakes on, waits, and decks Shea Brown with the knees right into the midsection. Brown jumps up, and the jam goes on as Lindsay Francis circles the track looking to score and put the Enforcers on the scoreboard early. First jam of the night. Brown, having been decked, trying to get out of the pack, goes back to block against Francis now. And the hot dice jammer, Jenny Matthews, is on a late chase.
And you wonder, Roy, are these two teams trying to win now or just auditioning for Seltzer over there?
I would hope they're trying to win this game. The jam is called off, and so is Shea Brown's good mood. That's twice in the same play she got knocked down. And there's Lisa Seltzer taking a look and frowning at the action.
Yeah, she doesn't look too impressed. Remember, she wants good, clean skating, and what the Hellcat did just then, and not good, clean skating.
Shea Brown picks herself up, dusts herself off, and gets ready for jam number 2. But there she was, waving her arms, trying to get out of the grasp of the Hellcat, but she had her claws right in there. She didn't score any points. The only way you can score points is to put on that black Jammers helmet and circle the track passing members of the opposing team. The Jammers have the black helmets. They jump out of that pack first and try and get around there and score points. That's the one and only way you can score points in Roller Jam. It's nice to get the big blocks and the big kills, but the only way points are scored are by these Jammers, and there go the 4 of them right now. And all of a sudden there's only 2 left because Brown got a little revenge on the Hellcat. Lindsay Francis and Jenny Matthews. These two will be at it every step of the way tonight, all during this game. Neither one gives an inch. Until you have to, until you get knocked off those skates, and Jennifer Matthews just did it. Well, she had a head of steam going, but still couldn't get through the double block. The Hellcat and Brooke Sunderman set it up. Oh, and Shea Brown will get her through there. Shea Brown, who just got dropped twice in the last jam, gets 2 kills of her own in this one.
And that's why Jenny Matthews got the 50 points first in this season, is because she takes advantage of what Shea Brown lays out there for. That's how she scores all those points. And here we go.
Oh, I predicted it. Remember that for the second jam, and there they go. Shea Brown and the Hellcat. That's not what she has in mind to take on tour, is the fights.
No, not at all. So I think maybe you can count the Hellcat out already.
I think you're right. Shea Brown's a pretty good skater, but she knows sometimes you have to get in a little scuffle out there. And it's 2-1 dice with 1 jam left in the women's period. 54 points now for Jenny Matthews on the season. She leads the league on the female side. And she jumps out there again. You know, she gets such a great start off that line. Sometimes she's out there ahead before the other jammers even think about it.
Yeah, that's why she's so valuable to the Dun. That's why they wanted her on the team. It's because of that speed.
Lindsay Francis has been on all 3 jams for the Enforcers, and why not? What a tremendous skater. 2-1, the dice have the lead. Don't look now, but I just saw D'Amato in the infield pick up a trash can lid. I'll bet you he's going to say, hey, Hellcat, here, I got a present for you. Yep, he just handed it off to her. So watch out now. The jam goes on. Jenny Matthews and Lindsay Francis. The Hellcat has put the brakes on. She's setting things up. Oh, she dropped it. She dropped the trash can lid and decided to hip check Matthews out instead. So she went for the clean play.
What's with that? Maybe the Hellcat does want to be a part of that touring team. I've never seen her drop the trash can lid, Rory.
Maybe it was an accident.
Right.
Here they go again. Here they There's nothing worse than a cat bite, and that was right into the knee area.
And the Hellcat smiling and laughing over that.
Wow. I think Shea Brown is really shaken up.
Well, you take a bite to the knee.
The first period has come to an end. The Dice lead 3-1. And Broadway Danny Wolf checking in at about 5'5", standing next to Big Tim Washington.
All right, Big Nasty, you're ready to get on the track against Jason McDaniel, and we've seen him hanging around with this Lisa Seltzer a lot lately.
That's right, Danny. You know what? Jason McDaniel's been seeing Lisa Seltzer in the dining room, in the bedroom. But you know what? Tonight, Lisa Seltzer, you're going to see Jason McDaniel in the emergency room. I can guarantee you that. Can you feel it?
I feel it, I feel it, I feel it. Yes, I feel it.
How could he not feel it? She doesn't look like she's really enjoying herself too much. The end of the first period is here. The men are next. 3-1 Dice. Stay with us. We've already had a cat bite here tonight. Who knows what else is going to happen? The men are on the track getting ready to start period number 2 with the Dice holding a 3-1 lead. And here's two big ones for you. Jason McDaniel and Mark Webber. I've always wondered why Webber posed for this with a hat on and those sunglasses. I guess to make him look tough. He's tough enough out there on the track, and that's where McDaniel excels as well. And they better be tough, because say whatever you want about these two guys, and Broadway Danny Wolf can attest to Washington's power. He felt it a moment ago, and you already know about the trickery, the treachery, and the devilish side of Mr. Mark D'Amato. Now, Broadway's with Webber and McDaniel.
All right, thank you. And Mark, how about the big announcement by Lisa Seltzer?
You know, Danny, she said she wanted a dream team, and the Hot Dice, they are a dream team. We're the team that's going to go on tour.
Well, you're pretty confident. Jason, we see you talking to her a lot lately.
Well, it's strictly a professional relationship. She's new to the league. She doesn't really know what's going on yet, who's who, so I'm helping her out.
So there's nothing more to it than being professional?
Danny, I got to skate, all right? That's it. Nothing.
All right, back to you, Rory.
Danny's always trying to get the gossip. You notice that?
Yeah, he's pretty good at it, too, though. He takes a beating for it as well.
Sometimes he does. D'Amato decked him last week. And there goes Devo. He's not hard to pick out in that uniform, is he?
No, not at all.
If he tries to run out of this building, they'll be able to see him in that orange jumpsuit.
And he's not hard to pick out in the shower at the prison either, I bet.
He's out there against Travis Wills. I never have really envisioned that. I know you think about it all the time.
Actually, I don't know how I came up with that thought.
Devo knocks down Travis Wills, and then Devo slips down. Goes through the infield. Gets back up and continues on with the jam. Still 30 seconds left. I wonder if Sean Corbin will just qualify any points he scores for that little foray through the infield. Now he's got things tough anyway with Washington back there. McDaniel slips back. You think Lisa Seltzer will take Devo on tour?
I doubt that.
Now he's going to have his back broken, I think. Oh! Maybe his knees. Down he goes hard. Travis Wills continues on with a jam and goes under McDaniel and around Beckstein and through Sean Davidson. Big jam for Travis Wills.
Man, the way Travis was zigzagging in and out, scoring the points, Devo paid the price. I love it when that guy gets slammed down to the ground. He deserves it.
Devo paid a big price, and now D'Amato's going to work along the rail again, along with Washington. Big Nasty.
Take it easy there, break it up.
They're in there working on Webber, I think. Look at the Big Nasty pick up Devo. He must weigh at least 220 and drop him down hard.
And obviously, the Big Nasty D'Amato could care less about that dream team. They're over there punishing people.
Oh, D'Amato couldn't care less about any kind of a dream team. Other than maybe what's in it for him, he could somehow weasel his way into ownership of that team. He'd probably do it. But right now, he's happy to be owner of the Enforcers. Devo's out there again. Washington and D'Amato go with it because they know this big man's going to need some punishment if he's going to go down. They spun him around there and continue on with the jam.
I don't understand the strategy of having Devo out there, Rory.
I don't either. I mean, where's McDaniel? Why isn't he jamming? Or at least Beckstein. D'Amato and Washington working on Devo again. Oh! There's some strategy. Big Sean Davidson and Mark Webber took him down, and Devo goes on
just did. I can't believe you mentioned Doug.
5 big points and now some real punishment. There goes a fight in the infield between the Big Nasty and Devo.
Hey, that's it. Let's go, Orange. Get off D'Amato. D'Amato, get out.
D'Amato's trying to get in there and hang on to the legs.
Let's go. You, go back to your tent.
Sean Corbin leads Devo away. He's used to being led away at least. But it was a big play for the Dice, and they lead the game 8-2 with only 1 jam left here in the first half.
You know what? They got pretty good strength to the Dice. When you look at Davidson and Weber able to do that to Washington D'Amato. Nice play, Rory.
Oh, yeah. They have some strength, and Davidson's a guy who really probably hasn't quite reached his potential yet. Now McDaniel comes off the track, and Devo goes on with a Jammer's helmet on. McDaniel comes back with a Jammer's helmet on.
It's about time.
This will be his first jam of the game if he can get out of there. There he goes. Oh, he sent Travis Wills flying over the rail, off the track, into the lights over there. Look at McDaniel, the Mac Daddies, really working it here. As he and Devo are out on this jam, and whoop, they just scored a point each. You saw Travis Wills try to sneak back on the track right there, so that's a Dice point for both Devo and McDaniel. They've already picked up 2 on this jam. Meanwhile, D'Amato and the Big Nasty sensing the worst. They're back there in the back of the pack waiting. These 3 continue on to the cheering of Lisa Seltzer, who probably is going to cheer anytime McDaniel does go out on a jam. Oh, you can take those cheers and stifle them for the moment. The Big Nasty just took the wind out of McDaniel, and D'Amato's ripping apart the pack for the Enforcers.
And you know what? McDaniel looks really weird tonight, Roy. What I mean by that, it's not the McDaniel that we know. We wonder if Seltzer has told him something like, take it easy. I'm definitely going to take you on the big tour.
Why is she cheering? You're very possibly right. She was just startled by the fight that's happening over there near her seats. I don't think Leo Seltzer ever wrote it into the roller derby rule book. After each jam, continue fighting, and that's what she doesn't like. D'Amato's on his back. Weber is tossed back onto the track by referee Sean Corbin. But take a look at that smack. That was a hit from the Big Nasty. Even Devo thought it was hard. We're back in a minute. In case you're not up to date on World Skating League current events, check out Roller Jam Rewind.
Quakes, whatever happens tonight, just know I love you, and it was an honor to skate with all of you.
In just a few minutes, Sean Atkinson will be giving his kidney to his brother, Mark D'Amato. And Mark, I got to ask you, how you feeling?
How do you think I feel, you idiot? I'm sitting here with this stupid hat on. They're going to carve me up with a turkey knife. They're going to cut on my brother, and I could die in there. Other than that, everything's great.
Tremendous amount of courage on your behalf. How are you going to go through with this?
Because Danny, family means everything to me.
Sean, good luck.
Thanks, Dan.
We mentioned last week that Lisa Seltzer was here. She had a lot of bad things to say about the WSL, and now she's over there front row center with Jason McDaniel.
As a few minutes ago, there was a lot of pandemonium down here, a lot of doctors and nurses running towards Sean's room. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to speculate, but I don't think it's good. I gotta find Sean. I know something terrible went wrong. The surgery's down here. Surgery's this. Yes.
What is D'Amato doing here?
He's supposed to be in the hospital.
There's 2 rules in life. The first one, there's always a victim. The second one, don't be the victim. Sean Atkinson is laying in that operating room with his gut laid wide open and his kidney in a jar. I'm not his brother. I don't need a kidney.
What are you doing?
Get out! Stay out!
For all we know, they might have already taken the kidney out. Rory, I'm heading back to the arena now. Wait for me. What kind of scumbag are you? How do you justify doing that to my friend?
Hey, where are you coming from? The hospital or the morgue?
Idiot!
You know, you want it, Wolf?
Here comes the last jam of the game. It's hard to concentrate on it, though. Atkinson's getting closer to the track.
kidney is intact! And I want to introduce you to my newest best friend. He saved me on the operating table. Come on out! Tomato hell has no fury like me when I'm ticked off! Get off me!
The last time Broadway Danny Wolf was with Mark D'Amato, it didn't turn out too good for Broadway. Now they're together again. Take it away, Broadway.
Yeah, and you know what? I have a hard time even standing next to the guy. You know, last time I saw you, you gave me a fisted tattooing, and frankly, say what you gotta say. I don't even want to stand near you.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you very much. All right, listen up. Listen up, people. All of you people are aware of my many acts of kindness and generosity, my many contributions to charity, such as Tobacco for Tots. But I'm not here to talk about me tonight. I'm here to talk about you. You fat slobs working for minimum wage, sitting at home on your couch watching me on TV. I'm here to talk to you. I have an offer for you, a proposition, if you will. And this proposition, if you take me up on this proposition, you can be just like me, rich and famous. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about making you handsome. All right, let's get down to it. Here's the proposition. As the owner of the New York Enforcers, in a month or so, I'm going public. That's right, I'm selling a piece of the rock, and you too can be in on it. We're selling shares at an astronomical price, I might add, but we're selling shares, and you too can get in on all the glory. So my suggestion is that you break open that piggy bank and call your stockbroker. Now I can see it now. I can see you people at home. You got the question marks over your head, so I'm gonna break it down for you. I'm gonna explain a little further. Lizzie, come here, baby. In simple terms, you people can own a piece of this. Come on, baby, show them the rest. Yeah, baby. Don't be stupid, people. Get on board.
All right, thank you. I think that's all he has to say. You know, sometimes, D'Amato, I don't think you know the difference between right and wrong. Back to you, Rory.
All right, thanks a lot, Danny. And that is just another typical move from Mark D'Amato, and I'm surprised Lindsey Francis went along with it. We'll be back with the second half in just a minute. 12-6 dice. We're about to start the second half. You might have noticed Kenneth Logue shaking his head at Mark D'Amato's public offering of the Enforcers and Lindsey Francis. So we've dispatched Broadway Danny Wolf up to the commissioner's box.
All right, thank you, Rory. And yes, Kenneth Logue, there are a few things we would like you to comment on. First being Lisa Seltzer's remarks before the game about this big world tour. What's your take on that?
Well, Daniel, I think that's the most ill-advised idea for a tour since Gilligan set sail with the captain, don't you? Along with my good friend Thurston Howell III, of course. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody knows the extent of my affection for the entire Seltzer family. Without Leo and Jerry, where would we be, after all? But I really do believe that young Miss Seltzer does not completely comprehend what's involved in the promotion and exploitation of professional athletes. I mean, it might seem from the outside that all you do is print the tickets and then set the lions loose on the Christians, but there's a lot more to it, and it takes experience in order to keep a steady hand on the reins, so to speak.
Well, are you at all scared that she's talking about taking a team out of this league? Does that worry you at all?
Things have never been better in the World Skating League. We're enjoying unprecedented order, calm, and prosperity. Why would anybody want to leave this and take a chance with an unproven commodity? I don't understand.
Now, to switch directions for a second, how about Amanda Hertz, the coach of the Hot Dice? We haven't seen her in a little while. What happened to Amanda?
Well, if you read this morning's Wall Street Journal, I think you probably saw that the 5th District Court of Appeals dismissed her claims against me with prejudice, and so I'm just following suit, so to speak. Well, no pun intended. And I've relieved her of her duties with the Nevada Hot Dice. We just don't need that kind of rancor here.
And lastly, touch on Mark D'Amato's comments on halftime about selling shares of the Enforcers to the public.
Why am I not surprised that 2 weeks after I gave it to him, Mark D'Amato is pawning his most precious possession? He said it himself. He said, rule number 1 is don't believe a word you hear from Mark D'Amato's mouth. If anybody out there is seriously thinking about investing with Mark D'Amato, all I can say to you is bon chance.
All right, thank you, Kenneth, for some of the explanations. We'll go right now. Back to you, Rory.
Thanks a lot, Danny, and try and find out what that means when you get a chance. We're into the second half now, 12-6. The Dice lead by 6. Unprecedented calm in the league. I guess he wasn't here last week when Atkinson came out of a hospital bed and almost decapitated D'Amato.
But you know what, though? I got to agree with Logue, though. Who in their right mind would buy part of the Enforcers and trust D'Amato? Not me.
Lisa Miller now grabs her helmet off her head, but she looked at it and said, no, I'm not going to do that, and threw it down into the infield. That's been her great weapon throughout her career in this league. Obviously, she doesn't really need it. However, I wonder why she very visibly looked at it and threw it down into the infield as though to say, nope, I'm not going to do it this way.
I know why. Because Lisa Seltzer's here tonight. That's why the Hellcat. She's not doing any of the weapons. She dropped the helmet. She dropped the trash can lid. She's out there trying to impress them. That's what she's all about right now, the Hellcat.
I have to agree with you. It looks pretty obvious that that's indeed what she's doing, treating this game as an audition. Obviously, she's still helping the Enforcers win, but her mind is on something else, apparently.
And you know what, Roy? You always mention that she can play good. She didn't need a weapon. She's that good. But she always chose to use the weapons. You know what else? She's staying out of the penalty box, too.
She sure has. Nobody's been in that cage tonight. 12-10. The Dice lead is down to 2. And now Jenny Matthews works on this jam with April Tootle. The two black-helmeted skaters are the jammers, the only two who can score right here if they can lap members of the opposing team. And they're both trying to get rid of the other one so they can have a clear path. April Tootle up high on the track, and now she goes down as Jenny Matthews took her down. And there's the Hellcat waving her arms. Ooh, nice move by Matthews, just about snuck by up high there. Jenny Matthews covers a lot of ground in a short amount of time, and now she's going to get the points and call off the jam thanks to Shea Brown.
I love that move by Shea Brown, Roy. I love it. She stopped this. She did it right in front of us. Hellcat paid for it. Another shot to those ribs of the Hellcat.
Well, the Hellcat's down and a little bit sore right now, but she'll be back up. There's that clothesline from Brown.
You know, I say it all the time, but I hate to be repetitive, but the strength that Shea Brown has truly is unbelievable because, you know, when you look at her, she doesn't look like she's all that strong, but she proves it every week.
One hand on the rail and the other arm out to knock down the opposing skater. 13-10 now, the Dice. This is the final jam of the women's period. And Brown and the Hellcat go out after each other. And boy, does she rip those elbows. I'm talking about the Hellcat to Lisa Miller. Right into the midsection of Shea Brown. And when Brown gets a little lead on her, she goes right back after her again. Lindsey Francis, Jenny Matthews, Shea Brown to Lisa Miller. You're looking at 4 of the superstars of this league. And now one of them is head over heels. Ooh, took a nasty fall off that railing. About Lindsey Francis. She gets back up. She's all right. She's back on the track. But Brown, meanwhile, is doing the scoring while the Hellcat just put Jenny Matthews on the rail. The Hellcat just cut through the infield. Corbin's blowing his whistle. The jam has been called off, and Miller's going to go and get another fight. Her and Shea Brown once again. Who else would it be? Look at this battle rage on between these two.
We knew it'd be all night long. And I'm not understanding the Hellcat. She doesn't use the weapons, Roy, but she's duking out with Shea. Maybe she's showing that, hey, if you need a little strength, I still have that.
Well, I don't care if Lisa Seltzer puts together a team of tremendous skaters. That part of the game's never going to completely go away because there's going to be an opponent out there no matter who she gets.
And you know what? I don't always agree with everything they do out there when it comes to the violence, but that's what roller jam's all about. That's why it's so successful right now. People love this kind of skating.
16-10, the Dice lead. Lisa Seltzer has left her seat, and Mark D'Amato ran over and caught up with her. Let's try and listen in.
Okay,
Mr. D'Amato, this better be good. I think you realize that my grandfather is not your biggest fan.
Well, let me tell you something, little sister. I think your grandfather is senile because we are old friends. We go way back. But I'm here to talk about something else. I can offer you something that none of these other chumps can offer. I own the New York Enforcers, the premier team in the WSL. I own the skaters. I own the skates. I own the socks. I own the helmets. I own the jock straps. And if I sell you half of this team, there'll be no messy contract disputes. There'll be no problems with Logue. As a matter of fact, all we would be doing is screwing Logue. I can do whatever I want. And not only will you be gaining my genius, you will be gaining the most recognizable skater in the world, me!
Well, I do have to admit that the idea of partial ownership in your team is very appealing. But why don't we discuss this after the game?
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Does D'Amato ever stop conniving and thinking only of himself, and it doesn't matter at whose expense it may be? Well, disgusting as it may be, he'll be on the track when we come back with the fourth and final period. You want to own a piece of that? That's tempting. Oh, jeez. That's right. That's what D'Amato is counting on, that you won't be able to say no. Lindsey Francis, she's turned things upside down in this league. 16-10, the Dice by 6. 1 period left to go. The men on the track. D'Amato's not quite back yet. I don't see him out there. Oh, he's over there by the bench now. He has made it back that far.
And you know what, Roy? I'm wondering what is McDaniel going to do in this last period here? You know what I mean? He's been real hesitant the whole night.
He really has, and now this jam starts to begin the last period, and he's not on it. He has sent Devo out again. Devo against Travis Wills. Wills, who wisely doesn't want to get too close to the man in orange.
And you know what? I'm talking about McDaniel, but Devo's been real squirrely tonight too, hasn't he?
I don't know how to really take Devo's personality. There goes Wills. Oh, wow! He sacrificed his own body and flipped right over Devo's back. That was an incredible move by Wills. He's out-jammed McDaniel all night. Now Weber gets sent over the rail by D'Amato. And down goes McDaniel and Beckstein. And even Sean Davidson goes down. P.J. Rossi got knocked out of there. 4 points for the Enforcers.
What is up with the Dice? Especially the men, I should say. I mean, McDaniel's nowhere to be found. Devo, he's acting even more weird. And Weber. I mean, and McDaniel's talking to Seltzer over there.
Look at that. Look at that. That's a pretty good picture right there of why the Dice are not playing the way they normally do. I'd love to know what Washington's saying to her.
I hope he's not trying to talk to her, too, about this tour.
Broadway Danny Wolf now getting a chance to reminisce about the good old days back in the cell block with Devo.
Yeah, sure, Rory. Devo, man, you've been a maniac tonight. A complete maniac, man. You're not yourself out there.
Huh? I just know they can't go. I'm on parole right now, and I don't want to go back to jail. That's the bottom line. I don't want to go back to jail.
So what, you don't want the team to go on a world tour?
If I don't go, nobody goes.
Devo, the Hot Dice is going on the tour. Even if I have to put my big size 17-foot up your ass.
What? There they go. There they go. Devo doesn't want this team to have to leave town because he can't go.
Because of his visa, right? His release visa.
They don't give you visas in prison, but he'd have to go back to prison. There's Lisa Seltzer shaking her head exactly what she doesn't want. I don't think she'd want either of these guys anyway. We'll be back in a minute. We're back in Roller Jam Arena. The fight has been broken up between Sean Davidson and Devo. Devo's over there on the bench by himself. Mark Weber and Jason McDaniel gave him a talking to, and so far so good as far as him staying down there.
Yeah, I'm sure that won't last for long. But see, there's something up, a hidden agenda for Devo tonight. He knows he can't go on that tour.
Jason McDaniel and Andy Wallace. I thought with Devo, what you see is what you get.
Obviously.
I guess you're right. He did have a hidden agenda. Tim Washington and Mark Weber working things in the back of the pack. And now McDaniel comes up to the big nasty. McDaniel trying to get by, and it's finally he's decided to go ahead and jam, I guess. And he's got Weber with him, so the dynamic duo is back to work. Oh, that's what we're used to seeing. Over and under and through the legs and jumping up to continue on. McDaniel wants to get some more, and he got him on one skate going down low on the track. That's what we were waiting for.
Exactly, Roy. That's the Jammer Belt champion right there. That's what we've been waiting for the whole night. A great move. Leaping. You know, big Tim Washington is, what is he, 6'5" out there? He leaped over him.
The crowd loves it. McDaniel and Weber working their magic once again. Over the big nasty, under Mark D'Amato, and then back up on those great skates to continue on with the jam.
But you know what, though? I wonder. Remember, he was talking to Lisa Seltzer before that jam. But she gave him the go-ahead.
Look at Devo. He crawled off of that bench. And he's all locked up with the big nasty, and Sean Davidson's in there as well. Referee Sean Corbin has about 650 pounds worth of man there to try and separate with all those three. Oh, Washington just pushed Corbin. That might put him in the box.
And you know what? I think maybe Davidson was actually on the big nasty side going up against Devo.
I think so. Davidson's already fought with his own teammate. That's the thing you have to remember. They're teammates, believe it or not. And there goes Nasty into the box for the last jam of the night. Boy, that hurts the Enforcers, down by 7 already.
In the cage.
Can he even fit in the penalty cage? He's so big.
He could fit in there, but I wouldn't bet on it holding him all night.
Hey, Corbin.
One jam left to go in the game. A menacing sight. Devo is standing up. That's right about where Weber and McDaniel told him to sit down and wait for the end of the game. But he looks a little antsy down there. And here goes McDaniel again, out against Travis Wills. We've seen Wills do some magic on the jams tonight. And McDaniel just had a big one. The game's on the line right here. The Enforcers need 7 to tie, 8 to win.
And you know, look at McDaniel. What an amazing skater. He's just toying with them right now, Rory.
Don't sell Wills short. He's pretty good, too. Weber's got a hold of D'Amato, just pushed him into the pack. And, oh, now he's going to have to go around. McDaniel goes around, gets the points, and Weber takes care of Wills. Oh, whoa! He must have had him 10 feet in the air and threw him down on his back. And the game ends with heroics from Weber and McDaniel and a big hot dice win.
And look at Mr. Davidson over there, raising his arms to Lisa Seltzer.
Lisa Seltzer kind of looked a little uncomfortable with the way things ended there. She's gotten up out of her seat, and she's coming on the track. She's coming right into the infield. I don't know that she's credentialed to go in there. I guess if your grandfather invented the game, you feel like you can go pretty much anywhere you want to. She just smiled to Jason. That ought to tell you something. We'll see you next week on Roller Jam.